All right, welcome to this video. I'm going to go over the effects of layer height on your FDM print. All right, so we have an STL file, and it is made of very, very, very small triangles. And these triangles actually are flat. But pieced together, they make a molded surface. And in this case, very detailed surface. All right, so what are the effects if you choose a coarse layer height versus a very fine layer height? So you check out this little drop down here. You have a bunch of presets. All right, I'm going to choose a very coarsely sliced print versus, and compare that to a very fine ultra detail print. Okay, so we have 0.3 millimeters per layer. Let's see how that slices. So when we have 0.3 millimeters per layer, we have about 3 layers per millimeter, just to put that in perspective. And we can see that we lose a lot of detail, in the Z direction. We keep that detail in the XY position, as the nozzle's going around, but we're losing quality on the Z height because of the coarseness of the layer height. But what are we gaining? So we're losing quality, but what are we gaining? Well, when we choose a very coarse layer height, we gain time. So this is actually only going to take 56 minutes to slice. All right, so that is not that long relative to our ultra fine detail, which we'll find out in a moment. All right, and we're using about 14.5 grams of material. Okay, so now let's pump up how many layers we have per millimeter. So 0.05 millimeters. Let's see if go to the calculator here. So 1 divided by 0.05. We're gonna have about 20 layers per millimeter. So that's just to put it in perspective to our current 3 layers per millimeter. And so I'm going to press slice now, and you're going to notice that it takes a long time to slice. And commonly, I even have the slicer not respond. It takes so long to slice. All right, yeah, not responding. So that is one effect. Now we're good to go. But it is a little bit slow zooming in and out now. Now, depending on your computer, that may not be an issue. Let's see what we've gained here. So I have to zoom in so much more to be able to even see a layer. And so these layers are fine right there. That's quite nice. But where it really starts to shine is right at the top of these surfaces. All right, so we're getting really, really fine layer height here. We're getting a lot of good detail, and we're not losing as much as we used to. But what are we sacrificing? That is the question. We're gaining quality, but we might be sacrificing something. And in this case, we are sacrificing time. So this takes 6.5 hours roughly to print versus our hour print. So, we could get 6 of these out at the coarse layer height as opposed to 1 at this really fine layer height, right? And it's using, slightly less material, about 0.5 gram of material is saved in this method. That's not totally due to the layer height. That might be due to other presets within the parameters of each one of these presets. So that is the effect of layer height. We are gaining detail in the Z height. if we have a very fine layer height, but we're sacrificing time. All right, it takes a lot more time to print it like this. All right, so that is the effect of layer height on your FDM print.